Welcome to Business News on Housing TV Africa, coming to you from our studios in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Mary Agiobo. Our top stories. Nigeria secures permanent seat on African Central Bank Board. Central Bank slams 10 million naira fine on banks using unaccredited check printers. Capital importation rises to $21 billion in 10 months. And on the foreign scene, United States administration expands denaturalization drive targeting naturalized citizens. Now the news in details. Nigeria has secured a permanent seat on the board of the proposed African Central Bank, marking a significant diplomatic and economic milestone at the African Union Executive Council session. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs says the development reflects Nigeria's economic influence and technical capacity in advancing Africa's financial integration agenda. In addition to the Central Bank board seat, Nigeria also secured representation on the board of the African Monitoring Institute through the Technical Convergence Committee. Officials describe the outcome as a strategic win that strengthens Nigeria's leadership role in shaping continental monetary policies, institutional governance, and financial harmonization. Government representatives further reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to promoting economic cooperation, shared prosperity, and sustainable development across the African continent. Meanwhile, the Central Bank of Nigeria has tightened compliance measures in the banking sector, imposing a 10 million naira fine on banks that use unaccredited check printers. Directive issued under the revised Nigeria Check Standard and Nigeria Check Printers Accreditation Scheme also carries the risk of check withdrawal sanctions for repeat violations. The Apex Bank says the enforcement framework is aimed at strengthening operational integrity, reducing fraud risks, and safeguarding public confidence in Nigeria's payment systems. Financial institutions have been directed to ensure strict adherence to accreditation standards as part of broader reforms within the financial ecosystem. In capital markets development, Nigeria's capital importation rose to significantly $21 billion within the first 10 months of 2025. The Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment attributed the 75% increase compared to the previous year to targeted economic reforms, improved investor engagement, and the development of the bank investment portfolios. Over 100 bilateral investment engagements were reportedly conducted across major global markets, including Europe, North America, Asia, and the Middle East. Despite the gains, the ministry has sought enhanced budgetary allocation in 2026 to sustain reform momentum and deepen investor confidence. Efforts to strengthen domestic industrial production have also received a boost as the National Sugar Development Council and Nexim Bank announced a strategic financing partnership. The collaboration adopts an engineering, procurement, construction plus financial model designed to expand local sugar production and reduce import dependency. Nigeria's sugar market is estimated at $2 billion annually, with broader value chain opportunities exceeding $10 billion. Authorities said the initiative is expected to generate foreign exchange savings, create employment, and enhance Nigeria's competitiveness under the Africa Continental Free Trade Area framework. On trade integration, Access Bank has intensified efforts to deepen intra-Africa commerce through an expanded financial connectivity and cross-border transaction systems, with operations across 16 African countries and a growing international presence. The bank says it is positioned to support seamless trade and unlock business opportunities across the continent. Executives identified limited access to finance, weak trade information flow, and trust deficits as major barriers to intra-African commerce. The initiative aligns with continental trade objectives aimed at positioning Africa as a stronger participant in global economic value chains. And in the power sector, authorities have warned of possible temporary reductions in electricity generation due to scheduled gas facility maintenance. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited confirmed that routine maintenance activities will affect gas supply volumes to thermal power plants within the national grid. The Nigerian Independent System Operator also indicated that some power stations may operate below optimal capacity during the maintenance window. Officials, however, assured consumers that alternative arrangements are being explored to minimize disruptions, with full gas supply expected to resume after completion of maintenance work. And in banking regulation, the Nigeria Deposits Insurance Corporation says 99% of depositors in Nigerian banks are fully covered under its enhanced insurance framework. The corporation urged customers to link their bank verification numbers to their accounts to guarantee seamless access to insured funds in the unlikely event of bank distress. Under the revised coverage scheme, depositors in commercial and non-interest banks are insured up to 5 million naira, while microfinance and primary mortgage banks customers are covered up to 2 million naira. NDIC says the strengthened insurance structure is designed to boost public confidence, protect small savers, and reinforce overall financial system stability. We take a pause here, and up next are business stories from the foreign scene. Do stay with us.
This is Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing TV Africa. On Twitter, Housing TV Africa. Instagram, Housing TV Africa.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. And now to the foreign scene. The administration of United States President Donald Trump is significantly expanding efforts to revoke the citizenship of certain foreign-born Americans, marking a major escalation in denaturalization enforcement. According to reports, officials within United States Citizenship and Immigration Services under the Department of Homeland Security have been reassigned across field offices nationwide to identify naturalized citizens who may face potential revocation proceedings. Sources familiar with the development said the administration aims to refer between 100 and 200 denaturalization cases each month to immigration litigation offices, which is a sharp increase compared to just over 100 cases filed during Trump's first 4-year term. Historically, denaturalization cases have been rare and largely focused on individuals accused of concealing serious criminal histories or material facts during the citizenship process. Meanwhile, the renewed push forms part of broader immigration enforcement measures, including expanded deportation operations, visa revocations, and tighter scrutiny of legal residents. In aviation and global trade, Turkish Airlines have reported strong passenger and cargo growth, beginning the year with robust operational performance. The airline transported 7.6 million passengers in January, reflecting sustained demand across domestic and international routes. Passenger capacity rose by 10% year-on-year, reaching 23.7 billion available seat kilometers. Load factors remain strong at 84% overall, with domestic routes recording even higher occupancy levels. The carrier attributed the performance to strategic investment in fleet expansion and route development. Beyond passenger operations, cargo volumes rose by nearly 19% to 178,000 tons, driven by rising air freight demand and expanding e-commerce logistics. As of the end of January, the airline's fleet had grown to 522 aircraft, enhancing its ability to expand global connectivity and operational flexibility. Meanwhile, diplomatic tensions have surfaced following allegations in the United States linking Chinese nationals to illegal mining activities in Nigeria. The Chinese government, through the Embassy of China in Nigeria, has rejected claims by 5 United States lawmakers accusing China of sponsoring illegal mining operations and funding militias. The rebuttal followed the introduction of a bill in the United States Congress alleging that certain mining activities by Chinese nationals in Nigeria were connected to terrorism, financing, and religious violence. Meanwhile, Chinese authorities described the allegations as completely baseless, insisting that Chinese citizens and companies operating abroad are required to comply strictly with Nigerian laws and regulations. The embassy further reiterated China's zero tolerance for illegal mining and pledged continued cooperation with Nigerian authorities to strengthen governance, environmental protection, and community development within the extractive sector. And that's the much we can take from the business news on Housing TV Africa. But before we go, let's take a recap of our top business stories. Nigeria secures permanent seat on African Central Bank Board. Central Bank slams 10 million naira fine on banks using unaccredited check printers. Capital importation rises to $21 billion in 10 months. And on the foreign scene, United States administration expands denaturalization drive targeting naturalized citizens. For more news in the housing sector, subscribe to Housing TV Africa on YouTube and follow Housing TV on all social media platforms. Download the Housing TV mobile app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. I am Mary Agiobo. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.
This is Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing TV Africa. On Twitter, Housing TV Africa. Instagram, Housing TV Africa.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcast.